Can you spot anything wrong with Victoria 3? Well, I probably said something in the intro, or I've at least said it in the title and/or thumbnail. But yes, unplayable nations like Luba, Bangala, Mangbetu have all become playable, and Europe's, I suppose, is ripe for colonization, really, isn't it? Still has a significant GDP, but I wonder how that'll change. So today we're going to see how that pans out. I myself am playing the state of Circassia. I want to be a little bit isolated because I want to give the African powers a chance to do a little something. We need to first, obviously, upgrade our colonial growth generation. All of these nations have, go check out Tunis, which in all of my tests has actually done pretty well, so fingers crossed that something goes well there. Have colonial resettlement as a policy, or, well, I suppose a law. So my plan as Circassia is to become the new Russia. We'll see how that pans out. I'm very intrigued. The New World hasn't really been touched, apart from obviously all these guys are now playable, which is really cool. I think they should be playable either way, personally. This does give Qing a chance to thrive, I suppose. So we have the Great Powers list of Great Qing, Egypt, the Sikh Empire, the Japanese Shogunate. Those are the current 4 Great Powers. Alright, let's see what we can do here. Not the worst population in the world. Alright, tech-wise, we need to go down this getting more colonialism as soon as possible. I'm tempted to rush it, you know, so it'll be 5 years and then, what, like 10 years in total. Probably the worst idea. This will give us a port, which would be lovely. But we should start to see, yep, there's one. Japanese Brittany starts to form. Is that another place? That's another Japanese shogunate one. We can start to see the colonization efforts. Tunis colonizing northern Algeria, Morocco colonizing, well, Morocco. The Egyptians colonizing both Italy and Croatia. Is it going to take so long? My God. It's taken me 3 years. It's taken everyone else a very short amount of time. I can already tell this is going to be a disgusting map. How have you already got a peasant revolt, Hagar? Really? You've been given the gift of being able to be played in the game and you immediately just destroy your own nation. Wonderful. What I think of you is what your neighbor is. Your French GDP is my God. Look at that. Look how quick that is. God, they're immediately colonizing France. Look at it. How is it 1.64? I suppose they have the population to be able to do that. 0.2 per 1 million people. Yeah, there you go. So because they have such a high population, they can just sort of shift them across. Whereas we have 322,000. That does make sense. Hurry up, lads. Have more kids. Okay, to have more kids, we need to sort out our health system. We get charity hospitals. That'll help because we'll have less people dying, so more people to be sent. My God, Japan has basically colonized most of northern France. Look at him. Okay, this Egypt's kind of scary, I'm not gonna lie. I thought I'd have a bit more of a chance. Okay, we get our first little colony coming up now. I believe it's all part of the same state though, so it'll just expand us a little bit. There we go. More importantly, that gives us a port, or the ability to make a port at least. So then we can trade. Does anyone else become a great power? No, I think they have to force recognition. But it looks like of the next ilk, Persia, Siam, Korea, Jaipur, Mysore. I suppose, yeah, they're all independent, aren't they? Interesting that the East India Company's so far down. Oh, charity hospitals, wonderful. I wonder, is anyone colonizing over here? No, it seems to be the Japanese of the great powers that are colonizing Europe. They're going to have a huge advantage then. I suppose the Moroccans are going into Spain. Interesting. So it looks to... Oh, the Persians colonizing their next door neighbors. We're going to have a bit of an issue with the Caucasian Ammonite and the Kazakhs. That's going to be our first point of conflict. We can export it to the Russians. Do they need chairs? Okay. They've expanded. So wait. Do all these, oh my God, all these areas have their existing buildings, which means that the Japanese shogunate is about to destroy everyone else economically because they've just walked into an empty level 8 textile mill. Oh boy. Wait, what's going on here? You're gonna, if you win, you'll annex the Ottoman Empire. Are they able to fight? Oh my God, the Persians are just gonna destroy. I'm so interested to see the GDP of... yeah, fair enough. But Shane, you should be getting involved in this. It's so weird to see all these places filled out with color. I'd prefer it. I really do. Let's see what this lot can do. Maybe we can see a great Sioux nation take over the United States of America. Wait, hang on. It's 50-50 right now. The Ottomans have lost a lot more troops. Technology does matter. Not as much at this point. No, it looks like, yeah, the Persians are going to annex the entirety of the Ottoman Empire. Okay, that's going to create some issues for you, bud. I can't declare an interest around here, unfortunately. But when I can, I will be immediately going into Europe. Egypt is sort of snaking up to Vienna. A very smart choice given the GDP there. Yeah, Okay, we might be late to the party. We might just have to purely focus on Russia. Even though that's like a terrible idea because they're going to be quite diverse. Or dispersed, sorry, in their industry. Having said that, we are discovering some tobacco plantations and some wheat farms. I think we also are discovering a lot of population. There's 1 million people here. So once we get that, we'll basically start snowballing. I just need to somehow get into Germany. All right, we're going to create a tools industry as well. Dude, Egypt's going ham. I'm surprised they didn't go straight for their next door neighbor, but it does appear that the Persians are going to fully annex them. Goddamn Ottomans. Okay. There is some land up for grabs around here. I wonder if any of you lot are going for it. It doesn't appear so. I'm surprised at that. Oh, you don't have colonial affairs. I think only some nations do. The Japanese. I can't get over that. This is the stupidest idea we ever came up with. Lunu, you're a mad genius. I love you to bits. We're going to pharmaceuticals, which then leads to this, which gives us more colonial affairs. It's obviously something that we want. Because Russia does have a large population, which is suited to colonization. We just need to repurpose them. We're about to have a very big nation on our border. We need iron. We have coal. Is there iron in this one? No. Is there iron close by? Oh, yeah, so. Oh, there's iron in Crimea. We have to head to Crimea then. This is in such a weird shape. Oh, hang on. Persia is now colonizing Great Britain. Hey, Tunis, come on, buddy. You can do it. What is this? Colonize Europe. They're white peace? He didn't take the entirety of the Ottoman Empire. Then who are you fighting? Afghanistan? Why are Afghanistan here? Why Russia here? Jesus, man. If Persia annexes Russia, this would be mildly troublesome for me. No. Come on, don't do this to me. Oh, no. They're about to get our tools sorted. Wait, did we stop? We're in a valid target. Oh, because they're at war. I can't colonize them. And I have to wait for this war to finish before I can keep colonizing. Oh, that's horrifying. Okay, well, I'm assuming that Russia still has iron that I can import. No, the Ottomans do, though. When you lot using tools. Alright, so now we're actually producing enough tools for everyone, I think. A number 8 worldwide producer. Wonderful. Russia, I'm going to need you to put up a bit more stiff resistance here, Chief. This would not go well for me if you got fully annexed. I'm in the process of colonizing you. Also, in every test that I've done, I didn't see the Japanese go into France. So this is very new to me. Each time is very, very different. Our GDP is about to hit 1 million. The Japanese shogunate GDP is going quite high. I can't imagine that's because they've been engaging in too much trade. Meanwhile, the US is just prevented from colonizing. They have to conquer stuff directly. All right, Q9, that's exactly what we need. Yo, Russia, I'm gonna need you to, you know? Just really stick it to the man. He's getting close to wanting a white peace, which is ideal. Oh, I see. The Japanese shogunate is actually fighting France. Fairly certain that France will be able to do something about that. Because the thing is, when they rise up, as you can see here, it's not like tricky. There's just usually a lot of troops. I'm not sure why Afghanistan is fighting this tooth and nail in favor of Persia. I understand they're allies, but come on. Okay, the Japanese have oh, well, there goes the French. As the Japanese shogunate fully annexes France. Oh, no. Yeah, that'll be a little bit of a boon to them. As now they're going to contest England. Excellent. Wait, okay, for a second I thought they'd won. For a second I thought the Persians had done it. Okay, perfect. We can keep colonizing now. I'm going to let the Caucasian Imamate continue to colonize over here. The Japanese are so quick because their population is so high and it just keeps on increasing. Look at their population. And of course, they're using that to then facilitate further colonization, which is why I think going for Russia is a good strat instead of going for like Europe. Egypt deciding that it hates any sort of consistency and will instead prefer to drive in a straight line. Okay, Tunis has started to colonize Italy, nice, and it looks like Spain versus Morocco. This could be huge for Morocco if they're able to take them out. Australia is split into New South Wales, South Australia, Western Australia, and Noongar. Not very inventive names in Australia, are they? I would have thought the East India Company would go ham. They are looking to annex Burma. Oh, and Tibet's free. And they've allied the Nepalese. Sure. Oh, God. Oh, no, it's not Egypt. It's Persia in Great Britain. Oh, no, the Moroccans. Come on. North Africa needs to do something. Dude, when we tested this, Japan never went this dominant, man. It was usually Egypt that went insane. For context, here's one of our earlier tests. As you can see, Egypt kind of going a bit mental. But we didn't see, and obviously Morocco as well, but we did not see any Japan. So this is not as we thought would happen. Okay, we've got Q9, which is very important. Now, what would help more? Presumably some production. Let's going to build up my people. Let's grab some minting and get ourselves more construction sector stuff. And of course, level 3 colonial growth generation. I can't tell if there's going to be a war between Egypt and Japan or not. All right, let's see. Looks like the Moroccans are colonizing heavy in here. Sorry, that's not the Tunisians, it's the Moroccans. The Tunisians have one little province here and a province in Iberia, it appears. Okay, so Tunis looking to colonize Iberia, the Moroccans colonizing Italy, Japan colonizing everything in sight, and the Egyptians pushing on this front here. They also, okay, they're also doing, my God, look how quick that is. It's way quicker than us. Maybe I should have played as someone else. Okay, the Kazakhs also desperately trying to get any sort of scrap of population. Right, I'm gonna get a food industry just so I can start producing alcohol for my citizens. Then I'm gonna try and encourage immigration. We've created a monster. We have a defensive pact with Cutaline. Who the hell is Cutaline? I don't know where that is. Ah, I see. That tribe. Oh, I see Persia's now in Italy as well. This is a game of Japan and Persia, and to a lesser extent, Tunis and Morocco, with Egypt just sort of floating between them. Oh, there's connection made there. We need iron so badly. Do I have any sugar? State. Can I create sugar? No. Can't import it either. It does appear that the East India Company has annexed, well, more than just India at this point. Population is growing steadily each time we expand. More iron. Get it from the Persians as well. Perfect. Tunis, do something, man. This is the one game where you're like actually quite well situated and all you've done is just dally about. Oh my, look at that. He's got 3 colonies on the go and they're all 5 days. Look how quick that is. It's 50 days. Oh God. In the meantime, I'm just trying to struggle to keep up with my domestic demands for things. Surely he's going to have like separatism or something, right? Because as it stands, he's got some turmoil. It's going down though. It's decreasing. That one's increasing. All right. All right, we got another province. Excellent. We grow stronger. All right, we've gained another bit of access to the sea. We grow ever stronger. Meanwhile, a civil war in Nova Scotia. Apparently, everyone is a laborer. Get religious schools as well. Start educating our populace. Yeah, I think your best bet is just to no, don't expand into Russia. No, get away, get away. Oh God, he's expanding so much faster than me. I don't have any migration control, so people should be able to like alight over here. Having said that, I think it's because we need multiculturalism to allow everyone to turn up. Okay, we need intelligentsia and egalitarianism. Okay, let's switch up to egalitarianism. We'll try and speed run multiculturalism to try and get people to turn up in this state. Egypt, go fight the Japanese or something. Oh my God. Oh, Quebec. Did Quebec get bigger? I don't recall him being that small, that large previously. It's a very interesting decision here from the Caucasian Marmite to, instead of colonizing, you know, Russia, they've, well, or anything in between, they are instead colonizing a province further than they are. One that is rather unremarkable. So there's 878,000 men in Cuban as a whole. And when we occupy that, it'll double our entire population. We need to facilitate more iron so that we can drop the price of tools. We also need fabric. Grab some of that. Yeah, the Japanese shogunate is now #1 in the world, unsurprisingly, with a population of 95 million. And a GDP of 104 million. They start the game at 30 mil, I swear. Jabal Shammar is the rank #6 great power. Well done, lads. How have you managed that one? You have a GDP of 38,000. You have 1 battalion. How are you the #7? You're a major power. Basically just importing everything from the Persians at the moment. Alright, Morocco has encountered a bit of an issue over here. No, Spain. No, Spain's going down. Spain is 100% getting annexed by the Japanese. The Japanese are just going to occupy the entirety of Europe at this point. There's nothing anyone can do to stop it. They're way too powerful. They've spiraled so far out of our control. It's rather disgusting. In the time that it's taken for me to get a port, he's conquered the entirety of well, most of England, the entirety of France. I mean, the lower regions are just completely gone as well. And this, remember, each of these provinces has, oh God, he's going further into Berlin. Each of these provinces has fully fledged buildings that he's now occupying. He's being given the world on a plate. I was hoping to already reach Moscow before, you know, just having to submit to an overlord. Does look pretty down here, though. Meanwhile, these two just keep on having peasant revolt after peasant revolt. Right, little update. We've managed to colonize Circassia. Well, most of it, or most of what I would consider Circassia. We keep on getting stopped because the Persians keep on having to fight the Russians. Meanwhile, well, this has happened. Japanese own most of Central Europe. The Egyptians appear to have slowed down significantly. Yeah, the Japanese have not. They have concentrated colonization efforts, and I don't think anything can stop them at this point. Frankly, I'm terrified. Meanwhile, the Tunisians and the Moroccans have just given up. The issue being because they don't have a strategic interest in... oh, for God's sake, he's gonna axe the rest of Prussia. Yeah, they don't have a strategic interest in Europe, and so they are losing out. And then I, myself, am hampered by this being the Persian-Russian war. Right, we've begun to finally annex Crimea, which is incredible for us because we need iron desperately. Been importing it, and we were importing it from the Persians. Unfortunately, Persia got forced out of our strategic region because they lost the war to the decentralized Russians. The Russians being the only time, or one of the few times I've ever seen a decentralized nation expand to beyond its core territory. And quite far beyond, indeed. Japanese have solidified their control over Europe, and are now mopping up the last little bits over here, but it does appear that they are heading into Russia, which is terrifying because it does look like a race to St. Petersburg is on the way. And for God's sake, every time this pops up, it's because Russia's gone to war, and it stops me from colonizing them further, which has really hampered our growth. Fortunately, because we have a presence there now, we can start to annex someone else. So, we can decide where we want to go. I think, well, most of the real estate's already gone. Maybe up here? No one's really touched Sweden, and so we might have a free hand at it. Alright, let's start colonizing Stockholm. There's about 1 million people there. More importantly, textile mills, trade centers, paper mills, and iron. The Russians doing well to keep their independence here. Ah, the English uprising. Go on, England. Go on, England. The English have risen up, lads. And the Japanese don't have a border, which means they're gonna have to naval invade, which the AI tends to not do. It does appear Russia. What's Russia trying to do in this war? They want to conquer more stuff. They want to conquer Volhynia, Erzurum, and Aeryka. Russia might well expand in this war. The English have invaded the Japanese. This is ridiculous. The Three Lions. They've invaded Normandy. Scratch what I said about naval invasions. The English have somehow pulled it off. They got 53 warships. They've got the #1 fleet in the world. And by God, they're gonna use it. So what do they want out of this war? They just want to be free? Revoke Japanese claims. We may see an independent England. And we may see a resurgence of the British Empire. Meanwhile, if we can get a port going and some iron mines up here, that'd be excellent. Should help assuage our iron issues. Because currently we have shortages all over the joint because of the lack of iron. That should actually do it. Nice, I'll fix that. That should start to drop now, and then we'll start producing steel. Because I went early on steel tools. Because, for example, we can drop down, but it makes 40 less, even though we fulfill everything. Whereas this is 160 total. England has established the colony of English Scania. Oh my God, the English did it, and they're colonizing. They're colonizing nearby me. How are you doing down here? It looks like the Egyptians have reversed the Russians and would be looking for a white peace. The Russians have had 1 million, men die. And this revolt just keeps on getting weirder, man. Every time I look here, there's a different peasant revolt. It does appear a white peace was signed. Colonization efforts. England heavily colonizing. Because of their population, 0.2 per 1 million people, whereas we have 0.3 per 1 million people, but we just don't have the millions of people that he has. He's got 28%, 28 times our population. That's what we're trying to fix. We need to go somewhere where we don't have any colonial rivals. That's what I'm trying to do, but it's not panned out so well. Meanwhile, Austria, it appears, has been annexed by the Japanese shogunate. I'm very proud of England for getting free. Well done, lads. I wouldn't worry about my economy. I can just switch things. Another colonial affairs institution. That's all I've been gunning for, really. There's so much turmoil here. Bear in mind, also, Japan is an isolated nation, right, in terms of their economic law, which you have to think is going well for them, because they went, all right, we refuse to trade with outsiders, so we'll make the outsiders the insiders. Which, yeah, has gone rather well for them. Grab ourselves more iron. Wonderful. Well, this isn't good, is it? Oh, no. Bear in mind, the Japanese shogunate, in terms of garrisons, have 1,100 troops. They've gone bankrupt, though. Okay. Meanwhile, England is fighting Sweden, so my Stockholm experiment had to stop for a little while. And so instead, we've decided to colonize St. Petersburg. I have another plan as well. I want to attack Persia, because they don't have any flotillas, right? Which means they can't ferry their troops around. Which means that if I hit them here, they can't hit me back. Then, you realize I'm a nation with not that many people. Right, I gotta figure out where I want my next declared interest to be. I'm tempted to go up here, because then I can fight the English. And they've declared bankruptcy as well. So, we're gonna go colonize the English, as well as Russia. Oh, well, Russia's at war, so I can't colonize them. I don't like that I can't colonize whilst there's an uprising going on. I need Sweden to win this, and I need Russia to win this. I don't believe that Russia's gonna win, though. Alright, time to actually keep constructing things. So I've sorted mostly my iron issues. We have an issue with grain, but I think I'd rather import grain. Also, I believe I can grab, yep, another colonial affairs, which again is gonna help us start to snowball a little bit. It's a very different way of playing the game, surprisingly, when you take out all the major powers. We'll keep going with our furniture manufactories. Mechanized workshops. I'm going to do that and see how that helps. Because it said I'd lose a lot of money, but I disagree. It just means I need more tools. Also, I'm incorporating these lands whilst I have the chance. Because you can't incorporate something until it is like fully colonized, right? But if there's a war and it stops you from colonizing, then that counts. Alright, let's go Scotland. There are iron mines here already. So, I don't know why. I don't think anyone has an interest in Scotland. Just generally. It's good taste, I suppose. Just going off my Scottish audience for some reason. I don't know if that I have that big of a Scottish audience anyway, to be honest. But I definitely haven't helped the the old non-independence movement. Oh, Russia's swept through the Japanese shogunate. Oh my god, but then the Japanese shogunate's invaded from behind. But the Russians, with 43 defense. His expert defense strategist seems to be holding on. A white peace sign between Sweden. Oh my god. There's no defense. They're blitzing them. The Russians might do it. They might conquer Japanese Brest. Oh my god. I'm going for improved fertilizer. We need more people. That's where my main aim. Okay, it looks like another white piece. But Russia really, despite not being a power, is a decentralized power, is appearing to stick it to the man. Now, how's this panned out? England has taken the place of... Well, no, Jabal Shamar's still there. Ranked number 9 great power. How? How are you a major power? If it's reduced to below 74 for an extended period of time, they'll decrease to minor power. It has been below that. They had a... Okay, we need leaded glass. Which means we need to import lead. Actually, no, why do I have to import lead when I can just make it myself? It's one of the few areas we have an industry for. Alright, so you lot are upset. Why? Because liquor is very expensive in my nation. Okay, well, we need sugar. When we get sugar, I can give you liquor. Ingria and the lowlands are isolated. It does make sense. Ow. Ow. Okay, so my cat, when she wants attention, will sometimes do this, where she just jumps on my shoulders and then stays there. So, she might just be here for a little bit. Or not. Claws. Okay, right, we're good. It appears the Japanese shogunate in my absence has killed Denmark. Yes, cat, that is a microphone. Congratulations. Cat, this makes life really hard to record, you know? Also, whenever you turn up on screen, people tend to just talk about you out instead of, you know, out. Claws, claws, claws. Okay. Having a cat is great. It's great fun, they said. Get a cat, they said. Be fun, they said. That's Kyoto, though. Kyoto being quite undersized, actually. It's only 3% of the Japanese economy. I suppose they're that spread out that no one state is that significant. They are the definition of playing wide. Even Paris is only, what, 2%? 1%, 2%, 0%. Versus someone like Egypt, who still has, I assume, the majority. Well, only 11% actually, their GDP over here. Persia's colonial ambitions appear to have stopped. Egypt, do I counter Egypt or do I focus on Scotland? Because I don't want to get forced out as a colonial power. I do wonder what happens here. So we have taken over the glassworks, apparently. I've built a port. We've also taken over some of the naval base. But then if you flip over, there's still 7 more naval bases, a larger port, some rye farms, livestock ranches, fishing wharves. Like, this is a decent chunk of economy here. Worth almost 10% of our economy, in fact. And we're going to take it. Let's see where else is colonizing. England appears to be colonizing. What? Why can I colonize Scaland? Wait, can I colonize? Do they still count as decentralized? They, like, surely not. Okay, let's figure this out. Establish colony. Do it here. Oh, because there's a little slither that they didn't do. Okay. Understandable. Okay, so England's colonizing Scotland. It does appear that the Egyptians are colonizing Kherson and also northern Thrace. We've got the Persians in Anatolia. I've never seen that one before. That's a niche historical joke. A revolution is happening. That's fun. It looks like the Japanese have stopped. Okay, well, I don't need to rush as much then. I'd love to get a Persian trade route. A trade agreement, at least. I've got one with the Egyptians. Apparently, I can get one with Ecuador. Why can't I get one with Ecuador? Do I even trade with Ecuador? Yeah, no trade routes. Do they have an interest in me? Ecuador? Yeah, you got an interest over here. Oh, okay, man. England versus the Swedish uprising. Behemoths. By the way, I checked our population because it suddenly spiked, and I was like, huh, why is that? And then I forgot that 200,000 people live in the lowlands that are unemployed. Much like today, stop going after the Scots. I was about to say much like today, but it's just objectively not true. And also, if it is, it's not their fault. Anyway, now that I've covered myself against the Scottish, God, I'm too close to the Scottish border to make this to make these jokes. People will turn up at my house. We also have Kazakhs versus the Russians, but the Kazakhs don't actually have any troops. So I feel like the Russians are going to have their way and actually conquer the Kazakhs. The Russians have done very well as a decentralized nation to maintain their status as a global power. Also, we've become a major power, overtaking the mighty Bundelkhand. Let's do a quick Moroccan GDP check. Morocco. Or Tunis. Tunis, you could have been something in this game. Your GDP is like not even that impressive. It's sort of the standard. Alright, well, Sweden gets its land back from England. I haven't had a single uprising yet. Are you bankrupt? Yeah, everyone's bankrupt. Well, Tunis isn't. Nice. You're bankrupt as well. You're bankrupt as well. You're bankrupt. All the major powers are bankrupt. Well, apart from the ones that colonize at least are. I mean, I'm close. I need to actually scale back. And here is how you fix an economy. Go laissez-faire. So you build up your capitalists and make sure they got a lot of cash, and then you get them to pay for all the construction, which works pretty well. The reason we're still losing money is because we have a bunch of new... we have a bunch of new naval bases and such, and they are fully employed, which is why I don't want to get rid of them. We're about to finish off the lowlands. Yeah, there we go. It's now a proper state. We did it. Incorporate that. And we also need some railways there. Yeah, and then we can think about where we're going to establish our colony next. Okay, so... what is over here? Because that's, by the way, that has given us a fleet of 15 ships, which is rather useful. And iron mines and steel mine and coal mines. So what do I need? Sulfur could be useful for explosives. The only place I know that has sulfur is down here in Tunis, and they're not colonizable. I mean, I could get involved over here and challenge the Japanese shogunate, dominance over Europe. They keep on declaring bankruptcy, so it might be an idea. Alternatively, push into Russia. Okay, so we have a couple of different options. Push into Russia, challenge the Egyptians. So I have a trade agreement with these guys, so I don't really want to fight the Egyptians or Persians. Continue colonizing Britain, which could give me access to Ireland. But I just feel like with this voice and being half English, colonizing Ireland, I don't know how that's going to look. Colonizing the Swedes, though, I don't like koi fish. And he's a Swedish YouTuber, so let's continue that one. Much faster now, thanks to a much improved population. Once you're done, it's going to take, what, 20 years? Once that's done, it's going to be even quicker. I'm lacking tools, I'm lacking coal. All right, let's start moving on the coal front. Let's also drop military wages. I don't have any consumption taxes, government wages as well. In fact, instead, why don't we just increase taxes? And then we do this and grow our legitimacy back. Okay, perfect. We're now the number 5th great power. Major power, sorry, not a great power. We've got to fight the Egyptians, Japanese, or Qing for that. Qing being the number 1 great power in the world. Yeah, the Japanese GDP going through a rough time. Ours has been skyrocketing, obviously. The Koreans have been okay, but I think they're hooked onto... There was some sort of major depression that I think I missed out on. Look at that dip. What the hell happened? It bumped for the Qing, so I don't know what happened there. I don't have that. I wonder why the United States aren't a major power. I don't know. Oh, no. Well, then it looks like they're going to have the Civil War. Now they're trying to ban slavery. Oh, no, they already have slavery banned. Okay, so no Civil War. So straight. Let's take full advantage of our newfound abilities, and also sure we're building a resource industry behind us, because inevitably when I go to war, things are going to start shutting down. So how many flotillas do you have, Japan? Because I imagine it's quite a few, considering you know, you've occupied France, Spain, and well, everywhere else in between. Egypt is a lot slower than usual. Usually Egypt's an absolute beast in this. Turmoil of 28. There's turmoil everywhere. Is that ticking up or down? It's ticking up. Interesting. I don't have level 1 clone affairs. No, what? No, I'm not joining a customs union. Still isolationism. 31 flotillas. For context, we have 15. Okay, now there's a communist revolt. I don't understand this area. It's constantly in turmoil. Also, it looks like Oman's been, like, attacking people. I don't know how they've been doing that, but fair play. Also, I thought I'd show off my dog. This is Coda. Oh, he hates being picked up. He's a very large dog. And he's great. That is all. But like I said, he really He knows where the camera is, my god. Look at the pain in his eyes. He hates being picked up. Absolutely despises it. Yeah, since getting laissez-faire, we've really skyrocketed our economy. So usually I don't allow the dog upstairs. I like keeping that separation between where I sleep and where the dog sleeps. But he's feeling sad. And yeah, bit of a personal cultural war, that, to be honest, is the idea that, like, dogs are, like, you know, dirty creatures in the end of the day, and that sort of stuff, versus the very sort of English, like, you know, kiss your dog on the mouth sort of stuff. So two extremes, and I like somewhere in the middle for sure. But there are times when I'll switch into full Arab mode. I'm like, why is this dog upstairs? Like, I don't like it. Oh, you want proportional taxation instead? Yeah, dude, more money for me? Hell yeah. More tools, more coal. We need fertilizer as well. Right, time to stop subsidizing the railways, I think. And I shall do this, switching over to wooden carriers, and going over here to our iron mines, and going rail transportation. That's proportional taxation, and that's a lot of money. Drop down our taxes. Right, I think it's finally time we actually upgrade our troops, which means we are going to need a professional army instead of these peasant levies. These are all going to be different HQs is the issue. Yeah, we've got way more declared interests. There was England, Anatolia. That also looks good. Of course, you need sulfur. How do I get sulfur? I was thinking about it. I just never did anything with it. The Egyptians have some, apparently. The Americans have some. There's some around here. In Cornwall. Okay. Said the Sikh Empire had some of it or something like that. An alliance with Egypt. Okay. Why not? Oh, we've just become a great power. We didn't have to do anything. We didn't have to force recognition. Excellent. The Egyptian GDP is like big. It's 3 times the size of ours. To be fair, so is the Russian GDP. No, the Russian GDP is 26 mil. Well, the reason I needed those men is now we have 52 across 1, 2, 3. There's 1, there's 2, and there's a mountain expert in the Caucasus region. So now we become an actual power. Okay, Egypt just straight up abandons us. Nice. Very cool. Why are you cold? Why are you trying to damage relations? Bro, we're allied. Oh, we were allied. That lasted all about 6 seconds. And now Qing have declared us as our rival. Oh, we're a pariah, that's why. I did not realize that England was that valuable. I imagine everyone is going to attack us now. Egypt has begun embargoing us. That's not good. That's a lot of our, ooh, oh no. Okay, so the Sikhs, we need to bandy with the Americans. Because I've just realized that we don't actually have enough weaponry. Oh no! It looks like the Japanese have sided with Circassia. Okay, that's, Should have probably checked the prior sort of things. It's fine, we'll take Japanese war reparations, and we can liberate a couple of nations. Can we liberate France? Liberate Poland? Sure, liberate Poland. And Saxony. We both are trying to liberate Pomerania here. Surely we can figure this out. Okay, Americans. Bought sulfur from the Americans. The Americans are now going to be my new friend. Nowhere available to build ammunition from. I can't believe I declared war without having an arms industry. That was not the smartest of moves. Arms industry. We have a chemical plant up here in Surveillance, but that's not going to help us if we can't get any sulfur. Man of Wars. I need Man of Wars. Okay, he's actually producing them. Okay, we have managed to somehow quickly skedaddle our economy to a war-based one. Quite swiftly. Alright, we should be able to take out the English pretty quickly, considering they don't have any troops. Mobilize everything, mobilize everything. We need to get them out of here before the Japanese turn up. Ooh, the Japanese are here and they're a lot better at fighting than we are. Hang on. I've got flotillas. I can just starve them, right? Surely. Where is my navy? Experienced naval commander. I don't care if he's alcoholic. Give him all the alcohol he wants. Come on, raid the Japanese shogunate. We're not going to beat him in battle. We just have to somehow hope we can kill his attrition. Our economy's gone into overdrive. Armed forces are loyal. Dude, they are kicking our ass. We're about to get what we need, though. We have a naval battle. We beat the English Navy. We have high attrition because he's raiding us, apparently. Japanese are raiding us. Why is that affecting us, but we aren't affecting them? Okay, we capitulated the English, which is good, because we could not have held out for much longer. He is raiding us. Control the English coast. Okay. Well, we're not in danger of being naval invaded. Okay, we lost that naval battle. We're going to need a larger navy. Okay, if we switch over to ironclads, and then get our shipyards to produce just ironclads. And then we'll get our port to become an industrial port. That would make sense. Okay. Just trying to retool our entire economy in a time of war. Okay, we're still lacking guns. People are buying our guns. No. Protect domestic supply. Port wood. We can get it from the East India Trade Company, but probably gonna get intercepted. Let's start getting some more logging camps. Need engines. All right, let's get some engines then. Okay, East India Company immediately started embargoing us. Lads, I'm trying to dislodge the #1 great power here. Okay, we have the ironclads ready, but they weren't ready to actually be launched. So I don't know why he's chucking himself into battle like that. So he's just trying to humiliate me. Oh no, we have a border with them. Oh, that's going to mean he can actually take his war goals now because we just attached ourselves to a border. I did ask if we could stop this, but we're at war, unfortunately, which means you can't colonize. That was the only... It's so stupid. If we didn't have that, we'd have been fine. We're suffering from all sorts of issues. Okay, arms industries now. Mate, please stop. Just stop patrolling. Like, I don't understand how to get you to stop. You raid convoys then. Just stop fighting him, please. We're not ready. It's just another 3 months, man. I'm gonna have to take this land, otherwise I'm gonna be killed. So what's your issue? Don't have any ammunition. That many explosives. I need to free this area. Dude, literally any sulfur you've got, I'll take. Coal as well. We have coal. We're just being raided. Oh, the troops landed, but like in the wrong area. All right, go defend. We need to knock him down to a white piece. Okay, we're winning. Let's go. 41% attrition. It's fine. Scared the hell out of me. Oh, nice. We beat him. Does that mean he's gonna stop raiding? No, of course it doesn't. It means he's just there. He's just been mildly hurt. But he lost. Why are we still getting raided? Oh, I don't think we are anymore. Okay, that means we're gonna start actually be able to produce enough for our troops. Okay. Let's go convoys. To here. Come on, boys. Let's actually fix our economy. Which means we can take a white piece, and there we go. Oh my god, right. So we did actually manage to take England after all of that. Our economy, mildly stagnant. We have a Breton uprising and a Wallonian uprising in the Japanese shogunate. I don't know if my Swedish one is rather hard to... Now a Danish one as well. Well, we've got Pomerania under our control. Incorporate that. Thing is, with this mod that Lunu created, like, things tend to spiral very quickly out of control, as you saw with my my issues. What's this? Crush Danish succession. Should I give the Danes my support? Oh god, they're gonna be stretched so thin. Oh, the Spanish are back. Well, I suppose they've never really left. I think so. We saw with the Egyptians and the Japanese, a couple of uprisings, and the Persians. It didn't happen with the Moroccans and the Tunisians. I think because they just called it quits. But they created a customs union. Did Tunis? Although it appears to all be kicking off as the Egyptians look to cut me down to size. How good are your troops? 34 and 44. Line infantry, mobile infantry, yeah, pretty modern. Actually, not as good as mine on my, you know, when my guys are fully supplied. I was 45 and 50. We just don't have that many of them. We do have our navy, which he does command a few of. It's just, I'm afraid they they need some time. Egypt's colonizing Gotland. The Wallonians are dead. Looks like the Danes are doing quite well. Yeah, they crushed the Bretons. Japanese are doing it. Oh, it's the Prussians! The North German uprising! I should probably focus on myself right now. And what are the Egyptians actually going to do to me? Well, settlers of 21, so roughly even in number, but you don't have the ironclads. You know what? These ones are moving. Naval invading Cairo. We only need war operations, so it should be pretty easy to get them to bow down. What's going on here? Issues with ammunition. There's always issues with ammunition. You need lead? That's our issue? We don't have enough lead? Also, this is a bad time to do this at war. There you go. That'll hopefully solve our lead issues. Yeah, it does. Okay, sweet. Alright, 20 days. Okay. North German uprising has rivaled us. I wonder why. Yeah, the Danes, they are now decentralized. They won their revolt and immediately killed themselves. You have to respect it. Ooh, okay, that's quite a few troops. Yeah, we're not going to win it like that. 44 versus 27, though. Not horrible odds. Although we can just ruin the Egyptians' supplies. Spanish are here. And they aren't decentralized. Okay. Welcome to the map, Spain. Looks like the North Germans are going to be here as well. They have crushed the Slovenian revolt. Is Austria alive? No, they're just decentralized. No one's colonized them. Okay. Here's the play. Logging camps, electric sawmills, go. Okay, Zamudin. Where are you based, Zamudin? Over here in the lowlands. Okay. Let's grab you some more people. Yeah, the North Germans are alive. Which means we're actually getting some powers here. There was an Indian revolt? This Indian company seems to be doing okay. Although Hindustan's a thing, usually they get crushed. And the North German Federation's immediately joined the colonization race. Oh, what are we currently lacking in? Don't need lead. We can export furniture. There you go. To the US. Need steel and tools. He's now got 50 under his belt. And Mansour's got 27 guys. Let's see if we can't land a naval invasion now. We've been raiding him to the point where we just need him to get knocked down a little bit more. What? You're just gonna give in? You just gave me war reparation. What another classic Circassian victory. Also got hard times despite the fact that their standard of living is pretty good. Egyptian Zealand. Well, Zealand's over there. That's right. That's New Zealand. Mate, what's going on? Someone, I need an adult. No, we colonized Western Prussia. You know, we never actually finished colonizing our home state. Circassian Eastern Prussia's a thing. Does not have a port. Does come with a textile mill and some rye farms though. There's a Czech uprising now. Yeah, the Japanese GDP is sort of gone downhill. The English one's gone quite well. The English one has they got a bigger GDP than we do. But number 2, great power. I don't think we're getting number 1 anytime soon. And the Qing has that in the bag. I can give it a shot, but I don't think with 70, 80 troops, I'm gonna be able to do too much. Oh, stop embargoing me, man. Close to not being a pariah anymore though. Nice. My people are still basically illiterate. Right, we need more explosives. Egypt's pursuing quite nice borders, it has to be said. Apart from, you know, the bit of Persia. Persia looked like they were going to be dangerous early on when they started colonizing, you know, Britain. But instead, all they did was, well, they colonized Wales, and then that's it. Lost the war to Russia. We basically run out of population now. Which means we need to go and get it from somewhere. I could puppet the North German Federation. I can't imagine that's gonna play well in international affairs. But let's give it a shot. It'd be great if they just back down. Oil's been discovered in Lancashire. That'd be useful. Oh, my big Donny just died. Oh no, he was actually useful. You should back down. You should back down. This is not a war I wanted to fight. I have 12 in reserve over here in Poland. Okay, that's useful. How can we use this to help the front? I suppose we're pushing from behind here. They are mildly pushing me back here, and when I say mildly, I mean they are pushing me back. What do you know hostile supply lines? Are you isolationist? Okay, you have got small arms. Where are you getting them from? Your arms industries. What about your cannons? Yeah, he's not actually importing anything. Alright. Where's the production? Down here. Okay, I need to somehow reach Silesia. Oh, that's a push. Right, I'm going to do something that might seem a little bit strange. I'm going to split my forces by recruiting a general in the North Sea, which is going to give him 12. So then we're going to naval invade from behind. Assuming his capital is... Yeah, okay. It is Berlin. Alright, we're going to naval invade from behind with the new guy. And then we'll push on to Berlin. It's an incredible play. Let's see if it works. Battle in the Danish Straits. Yeah, it's fine. Do we mince him? All right, we're already in. Go, 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 go to Berlin. We're mildly at Berlin. Okay, let's do it again. Okay, looks like we're going to force him out of this little pocket over here. Königsberg, or Eastern Prussia. Or Kaliningrad if you're Russian. Oh, we do have an advantage here. We are pushing in. Okay. Nice naval landing. Destroy that. He's already in. They got no other troops. Bang. Where has he gone? Why have you joined that front? Why would you not continue pushing in the unguarded front? Buddy, what is wrong with you? Just don't join that main front for now. There you go, look, that's better. Why are you defending the front? There we go. He's been puppeted. And there's a French uprising. Right, I think that is where we will leave it for today, lads. That is a disgusting world. I was expecting Egypt to be a decent power. I was not expecting the Japanese to be the #1 great power for a little while there. Or essentially what is the #1 great power. I think we did well at Circassia. Slow start, obviously, because we are Circassia and we didn't have the population to shift around. But once we were able to get into places like the lowlands, which had, you know, a decent-sized population for us to take, it sort of started to go a bit better for us. Well, some of these states are incorporated. Circassia is considering the lowlands an incorporated state for a little while. Yeah, and once we hit laissez-faire, it was all good. Right. Well, there we go. Big shout out to Lunu who made the mod for me. He's a bit of a whiz. If you've seen, for example, the video where we did constant chaos in EU4 with that massive multiplayer and like it was instantly annexed upon a siege, that was also him. He and I have been in several talks and discussions about where we can take this and what we can do with Victoria 3. And well, let's just say stay tuned because we're about to break this game in ways that I don't even think the developers thought we could. So I'm excited for that. Right, so if you do enjoy and you are looking for something like that, please make sure to subscribe. It really does help me out and pushes this video to more people. Consider being a channel member, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye. Huge shout out to our patrons, most notably Charlie Demerel, Crilly, Flyerton, JDow52, Cargon, Zhalmi, Lewis Wright, Nicole's Christ, QA Shard, Redguard, and ShadowSinger. Your support means a lot, guys. Whilst you're here, you might as well click on another video. I mean, it's literally right there.